Lady Gaga is one of the most influential leaders in the music industry and helps shape the industry with everything she does. But how did she get to where she is today? She wasn't always known as Lady Gaga. Her real name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata. As a young girl, she was bullied in school. From her big front teeth to her not-so-ordinary personality, she was the target of a lot of childhood bullying. After growing up a bit, at the age of 14, she realized that she had a passion for music and began performing at open mic nights in local clubs and bars. At the age of 17, Stephanie was granted early admission to New York University's School of the Art. After improving many of her music skills and even some of her political talents at this school, she dropped out within 2 years of her admission. At the age of 19, Stephanie moved back in with her parents to pursue a career in music. After moving back in with her parents, she had a short partnership with the talent scout Rob Fissari. This relationship resulted in her stage name Lady Gaga. In 2006, soon after parting ways with Fissari, she was briefly signed to Def Jam Records, but was dropped from the label only a few months later. Gaga took this very hard and ended up experimenting with drugs and go-go dancing. But this dark time in Gaga's life got a little brighter after her performance at the Lollapalooza Festival in 2007. After her performance, Gaga was signed by Vince Herbert to Streamline Records, which is the imprint of Interscope Records. This was the moment that Lady Gaga's career really started to blossom. After being signed, Lady Gaga was hired to write songs for a lot of big-name artists. Artists such as Britney Spears, New Kids on the Block, Fergie, and the Pussycat Dolls. After a year of Interscope Records, she released her first album, The Fame. Another year went by, and in 2009, she had her big breakthrough when her first single, Just Dance, blew up on the charts in the US. Three years prior to Lady Gaga's biggest achievement, she had her biggest failure. Her biggest failure was the overhype of her album, Born This Way. Before the album was released, Lady Gaga made statements like, "This is the album of my career, and this album will be the anthem of our generation." Because she hyped it up so much, and so early on in the recording process, when the album came out, she ended up disappointing a lot of her fans, and the album did not do as well as it expected. After a few years of putting out a couple more records, selling millions of copies worldwide, and being nominated for hundreds of awards, Lady Gaga's had one of her biggest achievements. In 2013, she was placed number 2 next to Oprah on Forbes' World's Most Powerful Celebrities. From her greatest success, I have learned that not only does her music have a huge impact on the industry, but it sends a message to the whole entire world. She stands up for what is right, and I believe she wholeheartedly cares about her fans and really loves what she does. She works hard and is passionate about everything she creates, and it shows through her success. And from her failure, I have learned that even when something doesn't go over as well as she planned, and even when she does mess up a little bit, it can still be considered as a success. She is so great at what she does that even her biggest failures are still huge successes. What does Lady Gaga have that others don't? What qualities does she possess that contribute to her success? Gaga always pushes the limit on creativity and never fails to impress and shock the public. She is always slightly ahead of the game and is always working on something new. She is always trying to outdo herself. Along with being determined and hardworking, she's also passionate about what she does, and her work is always genuine. What you see is what you get with Lady Gaga. She doesn't hide who she is. I think part of her success is linked to her trustworthiness and genuinity towards her fans and her music. Lady Gaga's perspective is a lot different from your average consumer and fan. Most people view her outfits and eccentricity as craziness, and that she does it just because she's plain weird. And while yes, we know Lady Gaga isn't the most normal human out there, she does have meaning behind everything she's doing. Take her meat dress for example. Many people thought she was crazy for wearing meat as clothes and just was starving for attention. But she was not looking for attention, well, at least not looking for attention on herself, but on a much bigger issue that is going on in society today. Her meat dress had a much bigger meaning. She explained on the Ellen Show after the VMAs that she was escorted to the event that night by members of the U.S. military. These members of the U.S. military that were discharged from the service due to the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. She said it devastates her to know that she has fans out there that are gay and feel like they have governmental oppression on them, and that's why she wore the meat dress that night. She states that if we do not fight for our rights, pretty soon we are going to have as much rights as the meat on our bones. As you can tell, Gaga knows what she's doing, and when she makes a statement, there's a meaning behind it. This woman stands for so many good things and is so passionate and genuine about everything she does. Her success was earned by hard work, and she discerns every single second under the spotlight and every single penny she has earned.